The stock market is inches away from all-time highs right now. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand why this is happening. Let me know in the comments if you think you know why. But we just make the plays, make the trades on what the market gives us. So that's what we did today. We took two trades, one winner, one break even. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first trade I want to talk about is this trade here on Tesla stock. And let me go ahead and make sure my face stays in the corner. So this is the first trade here. And on the daily time frame, we can see that we were in this downwards bullish wedge pattern. And it's probably even better seen from the weekly time frame. You can see that we've been within this wedge and we were falling down into weekly support over here. And I made a couple of videos about this. One thing that I think is just insane about this is that last week, right here, there were so many negative news articles coming out about Tesla. Analysts were saying, oh, Tesla could drop another 60% from here, which would put it at like $100 or something like that. And they were talking about how the EV sales were down and everything sucks and Tesla's terrible, blah, blah, blah. And it's just insane what we've seen since last week. And I called this out on my YouTube channel talking about how there's no way, and it's a lie. Obviously, I think it's very obviously a lie. And so going into today, we were seeing that we were starting to break out of this bullish wedge shape pattern. And we can see on the daily time frame, we have had some like wicks above where it seems like we are going to break out, but we don't. And so I wanted to play this a little bit cautiously. And so as we started to break out, I went ahead and went long on the close of the 645 candle. And then I rode this part of the way up. And then around this point here, I was watching it on the 1 minute chart and I was getting a little scared and I went ahead and got out right here. I entered only one contract, unfortunately. The contract cost me $70 and I sold that contract for $320 right here. And honestly, I think this was a good spot for me to sell it at. This rally isn't making a lot of sense to me, and I think the downside risk is a lot greater given how high up the market has gone. And so, and then like a pullback like this probably would have scared me, honestly. So I'm really happy with where I got out of the trade at. And if we look at where Tesla is now from where I sold, I mean, it's just been on a rampage today. Here's where I sold that contract at. And all right, so there's the trade. There's where I sold it at. Oh my God, here's where it's at now. That same $70 contract is worth over $1,000 right now, which is just insane. I wish I had two positions and I was holding the other one. But overall, I'm very happy with the trade that I took here. Now let's go ahead and talk about the other trade. It was right here on Amazon. And I went short on Amazon because if we look at Amazon on a daily time frame, let me see here. Let's get over to Amazon. Right here on a daily time frame, and if we turn the Bollinger Bands back on, we can see that Amazon has been outside the upper level of the Bollinger Bands for many days. And algorithmically, when a stock is outside of the Bollinger Bands, it is overextended. That's a time when it would make more sense to take profits and for the majority of people to go risk off for a little while. And so it would make a lot of sense to me to see us pull back. However, the market has just been like so strong. Even though Amazon is like underperforming the market, it's down slightly today. Even though it's underperforming, the market rally has just been so strong that it's just like holding Amazon steady is how I feel about it. So yeah, I took this trade here in the morning at around 6:55, and I liked this trade because we got a huge rejection candle at the open, whereas the QQQ just sort of made an indecision candle. And then you can see the next couple of candles, Amazon was weaker, and then the rally after that, these next couple of candles were also weaker than the QQQ. QQQ made a new daily high right here, whereas Amazon didn't really get close, and we made another candle with a long wick on top. So Amazon, to me, was very clearly going to underperform from early on today, which is why I went ahead and went short. And this position was doing pretty well. However, my contract was a little bit farther out of the money than I would have liked. And so my break even point sort of went like this, something like that. So my break even didn't stay flat like this box shows. My break even was rather going downwards due to theta decay. The option contract's value is like eroding. So I had to stop out at break even right over here at about 750. I do still like this position. I think it will play out, but maybe today was a little bit too soon. Maybe tomorrow this plays out better. So those are the two trades that I took. The market is very close to all-time highs. Let's take another look really quick before we end the video. We're within 50 cents of the all-time high. So just an insane rally here. And yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments. Were my trades decent? Were they terrible? And yeah, click like, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.